She's a Jezebel, St. Andrew Jezebel.
Welcome back to the St. Andrew's Jezebel Podcast. If this is your first time listening, my name is Ashley. I'm a third-generation Panama City native. I play music, and I also help folks podcast. This week, we have some returning guests. They are the Witches of St. Andrews. Pat Ray, Sonia Caldwell, and Doris Bowden are 3 of the 6 dedicated locals who have made it their mission to raise awareness and funds for the pancreatic cancer research and patient support. They'll be sharing their inspiring stories of survival, their annual ride, which is a very popular Halloween event in St. Andrews, and how they're touching the community with generosity and kindness. Stay tuned after the interview because I'll be sharing with you the upcoming community events happening exclusively in St. Andrews between January 19th and 25th. I also want to give a shout out to the St. Andrews Sound Collective for inviting me to record a new single there last week. Special thanks to Phil, Scotty, Matt, and Martin for their amazing work on that record. Can't wait for it to come out and for y'all to hear it. Well, y'all, let's get to our conversation with the witches. So sit back, relax, grab your favorite drink, and enjoy the show. Thank y'all so much for being here again. This is a return visit from back in the early days of the St. Andrew's Jezebel Podcast. So let's catch up our new listeners. For our new listeners, who are the Witches of St. Andrews and what are y'all all about?
We are a group of 6 women who, we had 7 and one unfortunately had to resign, who formed this group in 2017 to raise money for a good cause. And we chose that cause because one of our founding members is a pancreatic cancer survivor. And there are so few of those. So she was our inspiration. That is why we chose this. So we get together and we organize a charity bike ride down Beck Avenue every Halloween or the Saturday closest to Halloween because she had her surgery on Halloween. Her life-saving surgery. So we wanted it to be fun, a very fun event, but at the same time, raise as much money as we can for a very, very good cause. So that's what we were formed to do. And that's what we've been growing every year and doing since 2017.
I love that. And thank you for all that you do. Not very long ago, at the time of this recording, y'all had your annual ride for Halloween. How'd it go this year?
Amazing. Awesome. I will say we are floored by the growth of our organization every year because we're merely servants. We're just trying to be obedient and help other people, support them in their journey with pancreatic cancer as a cure. I came to the organization because I lost my mother to pancreatic. And like Pat just said, pancreatic cancer is still one of those cancers that they're working across the country to find a cure, but so many patients don't make it to the finish line. But like Doris, who inspires our mission and our drive, Doris was able to early on tap into a new surgery called Whipple surgery that has extended her life by 8 years. And she really is our miracle. And so we just want to continue to be servants this year. Every year, we're raising 10,000 more. So this year, I think we're at 42. Next year, everybody, we're going for the 50s now. But we're able to help people every day go to the doctor, have a meal with their family, gas to go to their treatments. We're just happy to serve in any way.
And research, a lot of it goes to research. We give like 51% to our patients to support them. And then the rest, the 49% goes to research to try to find a cure for this.
That is fantastic. I love that. And so, Doris, you're a survivor. Each of you, what does being a survivor mean to you?
I just feel fortunate and blessed every day. I really do. And I want to be an inspiration to others that's fighting this battle. And it's not an easy battle to let them know that there's hope out there. Just keep fighting, be positive, and hopefully with more research toward pancreatic that we can have more stories like mine. As Sonia was saying, unfortunately, some of the patients or most of the patients that we support do not survive for very long. And it's also just a very hard battle. So that's our mission, is to support the patients that we have and try to prolong life through research. So
I think we've had six or seven local patients that we provided gas cards and meals and assistance to who were fighting pancreatic cancer. And we only have one that is a survivor at this point. She's in remission. Our most recent person that we know, one of our volunteers with our organization's husband was diagnosed, and he died 37 days after his diagnosis. It's a horrible disease, and so often don't know you've even got it until it's so late, like with him, that there wasn't anything they could do.
It's just so fast. It's a fast cancer. And by the time you're diagnosed, it's progressed. So for normally treatments cannot help you at that time. The Whipple that I had was fairly new, like 8 years ago. It's really the little miracle procedure. Not everyone can have that. There's like 20% has to be in the correct place to have surgery. But if you're lucky enough to have the Whipple, then it does extend your chances of survival.
Well, one thing about the Witches of St. Andrews, we bring joy to our community. We hold space. And that's what our event is all about. It's about holding space, creating awareness, creating support for the families that they can come out. And what we find surprising, every year we have people sharing stories with us about their family members, and they didn't know who to go to. And now, because of the Witches of St. Andrews right here in Bay County and the surrounding counties and in our community, people know they have someone they can share a story with, someone they have support from. And even the situation they just told you about 37 days, this was a gentleman who supported our organization a year ago. He and his wife, he had no pancreatic.
No idea.
And this year we were serving him. So we never know who we're going to serve. But what we love doing is holding space, celebrating the life we have, and helping them have a wonderful quality of life, until the end of their journey.
And what we do want is for everyone who needs help. We're trying to get the word out there that patients who need our help, because that's what we do. It's your medical expenses to and back, for going out for your treatment. Say if you have travel, we give you travel cards, and reach out to us. You can go to our Facebook. It's Witches of St. Andrews, and all the information's there. And so please reach out to us, because that's what we do and that's what we want to do.
So we were talking about Whipple. Is that how you say it?
It is.
Okay. With the Whipple surgery, what is something that folks would be happy to know in terms of improving the treatment of pancreatic cancer in addition to that?
I think, of course, research is the main thing. Mm-hmm. But also, if you're diagnosed, make sure you do your research, get somewhere that is familiar with pancreatic, that's what they do. That's all they do is surgery on pancreatic. Get to the right staff, to the right hospital, the doctor, and that extends your chances. Your diet, your attitude. Attitude is so just stay positive, stay as active as you can. And I found that to have friends and family around me was just unreal. It just lifts your spirits. It keeps you fighting, keeps you trying. So that would be my advice. First, we won't research to try to cure this, but if you're diagnosed, get to the right place. Do your homework. Where'd you go?
And if you live in Bay County and you receive your diagnosis of pancreatic cancer, what is a good resource to help you not feel lost in that medical journey?
I went to UAB, Birmingham, and I had a reference. My sister had ovarian and was under the care of a doctor up there. So I went to him, and he recommended Dr. Reddy, who was with UAB, Birmingham. He came from Johns Hopkins to UAB. So he is excellent. I mean, I just owe him my life. But there's so many other good, Mayo Clinic,
Anderson, Shands. Even getting in the studies, sometimes they have studies available and you never know, but you want to ask when you deal with cutting edge physicians like Doris did that are in that network of doctors. They're typically on the cutting edge of those studies. And a lot of times you can get involved in a study that helps you also. And remember that the Witches of St. Andrews, we are here also. You're not alone in this journey, and we're here to support you and your family as you go through it, even with just empathy, direction, even after the people that have been in our network. they've lost their spouses, we're still there for the husbands and wives. It's not over after they lose. We're still here. And you know what's so beautiful? They're becoming part of our tribe. So now those same people who suffered loss, they're part of our team. And they're helping to fight this fight of finding a cure. So it never ends. And you just keep playing it forward. And I will tell you, Doris inspires us in that way with her grace. Like she said, having those friends, having the family, having that positive attitude. I can only, imagine. I haven't walked it myself, but I saw my mom walk it. And it did. My mom was very resilient. She was very resilient, and it definitely takes that.
The research is so critical. We've over the past year or so directed a lot of our research money to a research program that was started by a physician who was at Johns Hopkins, and now he's at NYU in New York, and he's doing some incredible work. And just to let you know how very, very important every little dollar is. I mean, you say, I can't donate $5,000 or $10,000 or even $500, but every dollar does make a difference, because this physician who is world renowned and very, very busy, and found time after we sent him funds to set up a video conference with the 7 of us.
Oh.
I know, we were like, wow.
Yeah, to tell us how much it meant to him to have that money. And what he told us was that, I think at that point it was a $10,000 donation that we made that prompted his call. We've donated more since then, but that money allowed him to gather enough data to back up a grant, a 6-figure federal grant. You can't just go and get a federal grant by saying, I think I can prove this. You've got to have actual studies and data. And our $10,000 enabled him to get enough data together to put that grant together and apply. We were in tears. We thought $10,000 is a drop in the bucket. But when he told us how important just what seemed to us like a small amount of money made overall, it was really humbling.
But we also have to mention our sponsors, because talking about this, there's no way we could do it without our sponsors.
Charles Whitehead Foundation was our biggest sponsor. Eva and Quinn Boutique,
St. Joe's
Community Foundation.
And we've got so much, to be honest, to everyone out there. I love you guys, because we had several that wanted to get with us this year, and towards the end we came to our deadline. So we're working hard this year. We're going to talk to everybody early, because so many people are touched by this disease. We have people calling us now saying, hey, I want to be involved with the Witches of St. Andrews. I want to get engaged early. So I'm saying we're coming to you early this year. We want to get your commitment early, because we want to make sure that as we support them, they support us. We also support them.
We had
Toyota,
Panama City Toyota, Holloman Insurance, Panhandle Engineering,
Tim Warner, the attorney,
Gagnon Tire and Auto,
Adventures of the Sea.
That's amazing.
We also had people who didn't want any publicity. They didn't want their names on a board. They didn't want their names mentioned in the newspaper or anything else. They wanted to donate, and we had 2 very generous sponsors who remain anonymous. So if anybody out there doesn't want anybody to know, I mean, they don't want the publicity. They want to sort of be under the radar with it. We will keep you anonymous. So that's another avenue if you are one of those people.
Hey, but get ready, guys, because we're moving it up this year. We're going to be having a parade.
Stepping it up.
Okay, we need those golf court carts and bikes, and we're going to have some contests. So you guys get ready.
Yeah,
It's going to be a showstopper. We're going 50 plus, guys.
There you go.
We got to get to the finish line, 50 plus.
But we do take donations all year long through Venmo. It's at Witches for the numeric 4 pancreatic. So anyone who wants to donate all year long can reach us through that.
The only money that doesn't go directly into patient support and research is the amount of money it takes to actually put on the event and actually have the event, which does require funding.
We were thanking sponsors, but also Alice's down in Bayview. She does our brunch every year, and she's a sponsor,
And she
appreciate her.
She opens her door every year at 5 a.m. to let us come and have live TV shots at 5 a.m.
Also, people who cannot donate money-wise, we have silent auctions, and we have some awesome gifts donated, and that raises a lot of money also. So, for next year, if you can't be a sponsor, we would love a silent auction. Our community is amazing. We have some very, very giving people in Bay County. So proud to be part of it.
We do have some things coming up the first quarter. We're working on those dates, but keep looking at our Facebook and you'll see some of the activities that we're working on, opportunities to meet the witches throughout the year and maybe learn more about pancreatic cancer.
And we encourage everybody to please go on Facebook and look at our Facebook page, Witches of St. Andrews. It's the charity. I think there's a similar organization somewhere else, but this is a charity, and you can easily recognize our page. And because there's some incredible pictures from the events, there's a picture of our sponsor board with lists all of the sponsors, most of the sponsors that we had this year. So check that out. Check out all the photos of the costumes and all the witches and the fun. You can't help but notice in those pictures how much fun it was.
Fun.
So if folks do want to volunteer, what's the proper way to go about finding out about volunteer opportunities?
Our Facebook page is a great way that you can message us there.
Okay.
My email address is on the Facebook page. You can email. I think there's a phone number on there for one or more of us as well. So reach out to any of us, and we welcome volunteers. We've already had, I think, 2 people reach out to me since the ride this year asking to volunteer.
And, any creativity, if you have skills like digital media and graphic design, the witches, we're always looking for that assistance. So if we have some volunteers out there that have some expertise that they would like to share with the witches, we're definitely looking for that support and open to it. And as a matter of fact, so many of you want us to do more activities. If we get a good, solid group of volunteers, we may be able to do maybe one other thing during the year, but we definitely need a team, and we are looking for that. So if you've been thinking about it, if you got some great ideas, shoot them to Pat through Facebook, and we'll sit down as a board and review them, and we're very open to that.
We are.
And since this is a show about St. Andrews and we all live in and around St. Andrews, I should ask you each, what do you love about St. Andrews?
And I love the sense of community that is in St. Andrews. I love that it's got so much to offer, but yet it's not big city. It's a community. It's got a family home vibe about it, of people who care and care about each other.
It's a good little community. It's artsy. I mean, it has its arts. You have your awesome restaurants.
Lots of music everywhere.
Lots of music. So
I like that we show up for each other. We care about each other. We know what's going on. We'll say, hey, I haven't seen her around here for a couple of days. What's going on? And someone will know, like, oh, let me go over to the house. Let me check on her. It's like we grew up. People notice if you didn't show up. It's not like that too many places in the world.
It's not.
That's what I love about it. Any restaurant, I feel like I'm in my living room. I swear I do. Any restaurant I go.
you know everybody.
But I really feel like I'm at home all over the neighborhood. So that's just a wonderful way to feel every day.
Yeah, even the ones, even though a lot of them are competitors, the restaurants, they're competing for customers, and the boutiques are competing for customers, but they always look out for each other and promote each other.
And I'll tell you about the witches. We honestly, I'm going to speak for our group. We support St. Andrews very much with our dollars also. Mm-hmm. We all eat out probably. I'm not proud of it, but we all probably eat out 3 or 4 days a week out at our restaurants. We have our toddies 3 or 4 days a week. I'm just saying, breakfast, coffee. We are constantly supporting our business owners, the spa, the coffee shop.
I'm assuming that you all have, I know you have lived somewhere else other than here, and you either returned or moved here from elsewhere. If you had a friend who was visiting from somewhere else, how would you recommend them to spend a Sunday in St. Andrews, a Sunday fun day?
You know my answer. I'm not going to say
anything. I love the brunch at Alice's. Yep. I love sunsets at Uncle Ernie's. Gosh, there's just so many fun things to do. There's parks and biking through the neighborhood.
Well, y'all, thank you so much for being back on the St. Andrews Jezebel Podcast. I can't wait to have you again on another season. All the best to you. Thank you for all the things you do for those with pancreatic cancer and their families. And until next time, keep St. Andrews salty.
One of the best things about St. Andrews is that you can see live music every day. That's right. There is live music being played somewhere in St. Andrews 7 nights a week. Fortunately, my friend Ken Schaefer creates and publishes a weekly schedule for St. Andrews as well as most of Bay County. Ken's spreadsheet schedule is updated often when there's any changes. Ken also shares individual music events and is walking the walk and talking the talk when it comes to supporting live music. Not only does Ken supply the music schedules, but he attends several music performances a week and takes fantastic photos of the musicians. As a working musician myself, I feel blessed to have Ken and his wife Donna as treasured members of our local musical family. Make sure you like and follow Ken's page, Salty Sounds in St. Andrews, and Oh Boy Music on Facebook, so that you'll always know where all the live music will happen. Thank you so much, Ken, for everything you do. And now for some community events for the week of January 19th through 25th. Let's start on Thursday. So on Thursday night, there's an event called Blues in the Drews at Little Village. And this week, the featured blues musician is Tyler James. He's been on the podcast before. He's actually been on the show twice. So go back and find his episode. He has a great story, and I really think you'll love his music. He'll be playing at Little Village at 6 p.m., and they'll have lots of great tacos. This is a great shopping opportunity. And they also have a wonderful palapa hut for you to enjoy. While we're on Little Village, if you couldn't make it to see Tyler James on Thursday night, definitely try to make it Friday night, because Chris Woods of Woods the Band, they've also been on the podcast, he's going to be doing a solo set at Little Village at 6 p.m. So this is another great chance for you to drink some beers with your friends and experience St. Andrew's charm at its finest. If you're a nightcat, then I suggest you go see True Soul at the House of Bourbon, and they start at 8 p.m. House of Bourbon is upstairs in the shrimp boat, and it overlooks St. Andrews Bay. They have a very nice variety of bourbons, and True Soul is a wonderful band that plays great R&B and soul, and you'll just have a great time dancing the night away. For all you early birds out there, the market at St. Andrews is at Oaks by the Bay Park, and this is a great time to go check out local crafts, local art, local music at the taproom across the street, and also they are doing a tree giveaway. As you're perusing the vendors, pick up a free tree. They'll be giving away 3-gallon Sweet Bay magnolias and tulip poplars, and they are available starting at 9 a.m. until supplies last. So go get your free tree, folks. We lost plenty during Hurricane Michael, so let's re-tree Bay County. If you're still hanging around St. Andrews by 1 p.m., or maybe you're getting a later start to the day, I cannot recommend this more. Go see my friend Casey Phelps at Little Village. She is a fantastic singer. She's a fantastic guitarist. She plays a wide variety of music from the 70s to the present, and I think you'll just love her. She starts playing at 1 p.m. Moving on to Sunday Fun Day. As the witches stated, Alice's is a wonderful place to go have brunch. I too enjoy mimosa with Grand Marnier. That is a great suggestion. We're on Monday evening. Attend Monday Night Little Fest. This is a weekly showcase of different musicians and songwriters. Sometimes they're playing original music, sometimes they're playing covers. It's really something different each week because there's a different host each week. At the tap room, they've got a gorgeous courtyard. They've got fire pits. They've got great patio furniture. And I hear inside that they've got pinball machines. I'm not sure when those are accessible, but I'm sure if you go there and ask, they will let you know. All right, coming up on your Tuesday, where are you going to have lunch? Are you ready for some good pizza and Italian food? Then go check out Enzo's. They are at the far end of Beck Avenue as you get closer to 98. They're just a little place, but they have wonderful service and wonderful food. Go check out Enzo's. On Wednesday, Floriopolis is having their open hours from 1 to 5, I believe, and you can go in there. They provide all the art supplies, and you can paint on a recycled canvas. These canvases go into the Art and Public Spaces display, which is on Janie's Fence, right next to St. Andrews Sound Collective. They've got some really great artwork on there right now. I believe the monthly theme, the last time I was there, which was last week, is dancing. So check it out. It's wonderful. Also on Wednesday night, there is Drag Queen Bingo at 8 p.m. Drag Queen Bingo is nothing like regular bingo. Drag Queen Bingo is nothing like regular bingo, except it's exactly like regular bingo, but your host is none other than Drag Queen Indica Strain. There's 4 or 5 games per night, and prizes range from gift certificates to local established, all the way up to home donut makers. And then also Wednesday night, there is the Tapped Out Comedy Open Mic at the Tap Room, and I believe they start at 7:30 for sign up. That's hosted by Janet Fortune of Panama City Comedy. This is open to all levels. Go bring your friends and laugh your asses off. Well, that's all the community events I've got for this week. Tune in next week for more. Well, that's it for this week's episode of the St. Andrew's Jezebel Podcast. I want to thank the Witches of St. Andrew's for joining us and sharing their inspiring stories and their fight against pancreatic cancer. We hope you learned something new and were inspired for their dedication. Make sure to check them out on Facebook if you would like to volunteer or make a donation. I also would like to give a special thanks to the Digital Media Collab for being a wonderful community resource. That's where we record part of our podcasts. I record some of it at home and I record some of it there. It's really a wonderful way for me to meet with my guests in person to do the interviews. If you liked our theme song, it was written by me and recorded by Dave Schwartz at Boundless Sounds on the campus of Gulf Coast State College. If you're interested in sponsoring an episode, please DM the podcast on social media for more information. Well, folks, we'll see you next week, and until next time, keep St. Andrews salty.